India stands ready to do more for the Palestinian people. We have also sent the first tranche of 6 tons of medicines and medical supplies to UNRWA. I reiterate India's call for an immediate release of all hostages and a ceasefire. India was one of the first countries to recognize the state of Palestine in 1980s. Mr. President, at the outset, I thank you for convening this quarterly open debate. I also thank the briefers for their remarks. The world has been witnessing human suffering and destruction of a large scale in the ongoing conflict for a period of more than 12 months. Tens of thousands have lost their lives and many more have been injured. Civilian infrastructure, including schools and hospitals, have been damaged. It is estimated that reconstruction efforts in Gaza would take years together. Mr. President, the people of Palestine are in dire need of humanitarian assistance. We have been calling for safe, timely, and unimpeded humanitarian supply to the affected population. As we have repeatedly demonstrated in the past, India stands ready to do more for the Palestinian people. We are committed to carrying out human-centric projects for the people of Palestine in diverse sectors. Our thrust is on projects that have a tangible and lasting impact on the daily lives of the people. The scale of our development assistance currently stands at $120 million. This also includes our cumulative support of $37 million to UNRWA. We have also sent the first tranche of 6 tons of medicines and medical supplies to UNRWA on 22nd October this year. The terror attacks in Israel on 7th October were shocking, and they deserve our unequivocal condemnation. There can be no justification for terrorism and hostage-taking. India has a long-standing and uncompromising position against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. At this juncture, I reiterate India's call for an immediate release of all hostages and a ceasefire. Civilians have been the biggest casualties of this conflict. Their plight needs to change. There should be a halt to violence without any delay. We also call for adherence to international law, including international humanitarian law. Mr. President, India's support to the people of Palestine and their cause has been consistent and unwavering. We support a two-state solution which entails establishment of a sovereign, viable, and independent state of Palestine within recognized and mutually agreed borders, living side by side with Israel in peace, with due regard for legitimate security needs of Israel. I would also like to state that India was one of the first countries to recognize the state of Palestine in 1980s, and we have supported Palestine membership at the UN. India has always emphasized an early and peaceful resolution of the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Mr. President, the path to peace is through the gates of dialogue and negotiations. And while we implore all parties concerned to work towards peace, we also urge all members of the international community in this endeavor. Mr. President, India underlines its abiding faith in its vision of a peaceful and stable Middle East. In India, the international community has a reliable partner that is willing to continue its engagement with all concerned stakeholders towards forging long-term peace and stability in the region.